We interrupt regular programming with continuing coverage of breaking news. A serious situation on Sullivan's Island. Authorities on Sullivan's Island have issued a shelter in place as they are actively in pursuit of a person who is armed and dangerous. You are taking a live look at Breach Inlet on Sullivan's Island, where dozens of units are on the scene. Officials tell News 2 a suspect hit several people with a car, including at least 2 children and an adult. This happened near Sunrise Presbyterian Church at around noon. The driver of the car left the scene. He was driving a sedan. 2 children and 1 adult again were hit. The adult and a child were taken to the hospital. A child was treated at the scene and released. We are told the suspect was wearing a red shirt and dark-colored shorts. He was armed with a knife at the time, according to witnesses. The person is described as a heavy-set white male, balding with facial hair. He was last seen on foot near Jasper Boulevard between Station 30 and 32. Again, authorities on Sullivan's Island have issued a shelter in place. They are asking the public not to approach the person if you see him. There is a checkpoint on the Ben Sawyer Bridge. There are also law enforcement drones being deployed in the area. Again, police are asking everyone to be on alert, not to approach the suspect, and to shelter in place. If you see the person as we've described, please contact your local police authorities immediately. But again, do not approach the person. He is considered dangerous and armed. We want to go live now to News 2's Emma Charles, who just arrived at the scene just a few minutes ago. Emma, there was a briefing earlier, and we know that you've been able to speak with authorities. What is the latest?
That's right, Carolyn. We're following breaking news out of Sullivan's Island right now. There is still an active search ongoing for an armed suspect. I'm here with Sergeant Matt Storin. Sergeant, what can you tell us so far?
Yeah, so actively there is a search for a white male wearing a red shirt, shorts, unknown color. He was reported to be bald and has a beard. He was seen with a knife, and he fled on foot from the area of Jasper and Middle Street on Sullivan's Island.
What do we know so far about these striking the children, these injuries or fatalities?
So a call came in at 12:48 this afternoon at the Sunrise Presbyterian Church. There's an after-school program there for a wreck involving multiple injuries. Officers arrived on scene and found 2 juveniles that were injured being hit by a vehicle, as well as an adult. 1 juvenile and 1 adult were transported to the hospital with injuries. 1 juvenile was treated at the scene and released to their parents.
You're letting people on and off the island still. Are they checking cars? Do they believe he's still on the island?
Yes, if you're coming onto the Sullivan's Island via the Ben Sawyer Causeway, so from Mount Pleasant on or off of Sullivan's Island via the Ben Sawyer Causeway, you will encounter a police checkpoint. They are just checking to make sure there's no suspect in the vehicle, making sure everybody's okay as this manhunt goes on. You will see officers from multiple agencies, not just Sullivan's Island or Isle of Palms. We have the Sheriff's Office, a list of law enforcement agencies from the area, so residents or visitors may encounter somebody wearing a different uniform. That's what's going on.
Are you continuing to get other agencies on the scene?
Yes, multiple agencies are responding as we speak. This is a very active scene.
Tell me about this shelter. What do you want residents to do or people on the island right now?
Yeah. As I said, this is an armed individual. He was last seen with a knife, so do not encounter or engage the suspect. If you see anybody matching that description, please call 911 immediately, and officers will be en route and check the area.
And what's our latest update?
Latest update remains the same. Suspect is on foot in the area of Jasper and Middle was the last seen location near the Breach Inlet area where Sullivan's Island and Isle of Palms meet. Multiple officers are searching. We have canine teams, we have drones, we have officers on foot, so we have plenty of officers looking and checking in the area.
Anything else you want people to know?
At this time, just please report any suspicious sightings or any suspicious persons. The suspect may have changed their clothing, so anybody that's just suspicious or looks out of place, please call 911. We have plenty of officers in the area that can check that out.
Thank you so much, Sergeant. And we'll be checking in with the sergeant again later. This is a developing story, and you can count on News 2 on Sullivan's Island. I'm Emma Charles. Count on 2.
All right, Emma, we know that you were just speaking with Sergeant Storin. If you're able to get him back, we have a couple of additional questions for him. Again, Emma Charles reporting from Sullivan's Island right now. We are going to allow her to get Sergeant Storn. He's been updating us on the very latest information. If you are just joining us, we are interrupting regular programming with continuing coverage of breaking news, a serious situation on Sullivan's Island, which has resulted in people on the island being told to shelter in place in an active pursuit for a person who is considered armed and dangerous. We've been listening to Sergeant Matt Storn with the Isle of Palms Police Department. We'd like to find out more about this situation and whether there might have been any kind of contact at all between the suspect in this case and those who were injured. Again, this is a situation that's also creating a lot of traffic problems. So we're going to go to Grace right now. Grace, we know that there are checkpoints in place, and this is creating gridlock on area roads, highways, and bridges.
Carolyn, you are right. Let's go ahead and give you a wider perspective right here where he was mentioning where those checkpoints are over the Ben Sawyer Boulevard Bridge. We have cameras lined up on this bridge, so I'm going to go ahead and go one by one to kind of zoom in and show you where those checkpoints are happening. Like they keep mentioning, this is kind of gridlocked, right? So even entering the island or trying to leave, you notice not a lot of activity leaving Sullivan's Island right now. Zooming up a bit further, right, even far back, you notice this is Ben Sawyer Boulevard once again. Cars slowly moving, and I'm beginning to see a bit more movement though here on the other side leaving the island. This is south of North Point Lane, and so I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a bit closer now to Sullivan's Island, getting you right there, and you see this is right there near station 22.5 actually, right as you get a bit closer towards Sullivan's Island. Gridlocked right now. They keep mentioning that yes, there are checkpoints there entering Sullivan's or leaving Sullivan's right now as well. And you notice this lane that's taking you out of Sullivan's Island, really quiet right there. If you're trying to enter Sullivan's Island right now, you notice it's going to take you a little while. As of right now, I'm going to go ahead and continue to keep you updated on this. Back to you, Carolyn.
Grace, thank you. And of course, we have team coverage right now. The very latest information as a result of 3 people being struck by someone who drove a car into a group of people on Sullivan's Island. This started at around noon. We are speaking live right now with Sergeant Matt Storn of the Isle of Palms Police Department. Emma, if you could relay a few questions that we have for Sergeant Storn. One of the things we are wondering, is there any indication as to whether those involved actually knew the suspect in any way?
Absolutely, Carolyn. First, we're going to hear an update from Storn. He just took a phone call while we were on Carolyn. And Grace, can you tell me what that update is?
Yeah, so what's going to happen now on the scene, they're developing quick response teams. They're going to be divided up into teams of officers, and they're going to go basically door to door, searching properties, trailers, anything open or unlocked that the suspect may have gained access to. So residents will see officers in small teams going door to door, conducting basically a grid search.
And as you can hear right now, if you can hear that, there's been helicopters and drones circling all over Mount Pleasant, Sullivan's Island, the Isle of Palms, still trying to find the suspect. Again, we are now on hour 4 of this search, and so far it's looking like this could go on much longer. We are seeing more and more police presence coming here, not just Sullivan's Island, but police presence from different cities. Isle of Palms Police has been here as well. SLED is here right now. We have EMS here all over the island. This very quiet island has not been quiet all afternoon. There's that helicopter right there. It's been circling the island for hours now. We still, like I was saying earlier, have plenty of officers going door to door right now, approaching people inside of bars, restaurants, on the streets. It is chaos out here as they are trying to find that suspect. And well, those are the updates we have right now. And of course, we'll continue to keep you updated as they continue to go door to door trying to find the suspect right now. Again, traffic, it's still very backed up. It will take you a long time if you're trying to get here, so be prepared for a long wait. Be prepared for a roadblock as well as they look in your car. But for right now, reporting live on Sullivan's Island, AC Barker, count on 2.
All right, AC, thank you. And again, police are actively searching for this suspect. We now know the name Justin Colin Adams. We've also shown you a photograph from law enforcement officials. News 2's Brendan Clark has been trying to get to that scene as we take a look at this picture right now. Brendan, you know that they have been showing this photograph to people on the island. Some of your friends at Dunleavy's, a popular bar and restaurant, they were shown this picture just a few hours ago.
Yeah, that's correct, Carolyn. Good to hear your voice. And have been sitting here on the Isle of Palms connector for going on 3 hours right now. And just making it up on the connector over the intercoastal is where I am basically right now. Got to the connector 17 in Mount Pleasant at about 2:15, so going on 3 hours here. But yes, I do know police presence on Sullivan's Island. They are not leaving any stone unturned, I guess you could say, to still align there. They are showing that picture to employees, to businesses, to people who live in the area around those homes right now. If you've seen this person, beware, as they have been telling us right now.
Hey, Carolyn, yeah, just got a bunch of thumbs up and a bunch of high fives right now, and you can see kind of a stand down by authorities right now on Middle Street here in Sullivan's Island. As I just heard over their intercom, one in custody. So that means that one person, one man, the man they've been looking for the past several hours here on Sullivan's Island, has been caught and is in custody. They just went by here, a bunch of law enforcement officers. They're all smiling, gave me the thumbs up. I said, "Where'd you get them? Where'd you get them?" They just pointed over that way, closer to the intercoastal area. So that's where kind of a stand down right here is all the law enforcement is going back to the main center, the Sunrise Presbyterian Church, where this all happened. But definitely a stand down here as they have one person they believe to be the suspect, Justin Adams, in custody right now here on Sullivan's Island. Didn't give me exact location where he was caught, but they did tell me that, in fact, he is in custody right now, the suspect, Justin Adams. Everyone is heading back over to where this incident happened, Sunrise Presbyterian Church. Just multiple law enforcement there right now as we continue to look at the scene right here. They are going door to door. They are talking to everyone. Have you seen this person? Lock your doors. He's considered armed and dangerous. They're telling people to stay inside. It was kind of surreal, actually, because construction workers are nearby just working on a house right now outside, not really caring or oblivious to what was going on. But people definitely live out here, definitely knew what was going on. They were locking their doors. They were very concerned, but I have a big sigh of relief out here on Sullivan's Island right now as one man in custody right now after an hours-long manhunt after he allegedly hit 2 children and an adult at Presbyterian Sunrise Church over there by Breach Inlet on Sullivan's Island. So good news is, doesn't look like you have to be worried too much if you live on Sullivan's Island anymore. If you are a resident here, you can probably unlock your doors and take a big deep breath, like I'm kind of doing right now, because there was just about 5 minutes of excitement right there where they said, "We got him, he's one in custody," and there you go. Right now, all the law enforcement kind of walking or taking a ride back down there, down Middle Street. We're at Middle Street and Station 30 right now as that person is in custody. That's the latest here, but they had helicopters, drones, canines, dozens, maybe hundreds of law enforcement out here looking for that one man. And looks like it paid off because they got him, Carolyn.
All right, Brendan, you said that you heard it. You said that you heard it over their communication devices. You heard them say, "We got him, we got him." Can you tell us a little more detail about what you heard and the reaction from those law enforcement officers who were still at that time engaged in that search?
Yeah, well, we stayed about, like I said, we're on Middle and 30th, Station 30 right now. We stayed about a block behind them to respect the work they were trying to do. And they said, if anything ever happens, we don't want you to be near anything bad that could possibly happen. So we certainly want to respect that, and we did stay back. So I was watching, Carolyn, about a block ahead of me, and they were going door to door, but then they all kind of got in a conference and started talking. They all ran to their cars, they got him, and started headed the opposite way. So that is definitely the news that we had here. And then I heard over the car speaker that they said, yes, one in custody. And I saw a couple high fives, I saw a couple thumbs ups, and that was the deal.